Welcome to video number 3 in the Quick Start video series for TechSite Builder. In this video, we're going to talk about how to set up your navigation menu and how to set up the colors and fonts for your website. So the first thing we want to do is set up the navigation menu, and that's under the menus menu item under Structure and Style. When you click on that, you're taken to the menu screen. Now, the way this works is you see how your menu is structured here on the right, and you can swap in and out different pages from your menu using the choices here on your left, whether you use a page, an arbitrary link, or categories, and we'll talk about those later. The first thing you want to do before you do anything, though, is you want to actually create the menu. So just go ahead and click Create Menu button here on the right. And that will save this menu so that it's ready to show on your site. Now what you want to do is choose which pages you want to show on your website. And you'll see we've got all of the pages that you have available at the moment are here. The one thing you want to change, though, is you see the home page is showing up twice for some reason. I'm not sure why that's happening. But it's really easy to take out a page. You just click on the arrow on the right side. And then down at the bottom, you can click Remove. So now these are all the menu items that are going to show on my navigation menu. What I want to do is I can rearrange these. For example, if I want my blog to show up at the very end, I can drag that down to the bottom there. And if I want, say, my contact page to be down here, I can do that, and so on and so forth. Also, you can make sub-menus. So like when you highlight over a certain menu, you'll get a drop-down. That's a sub-menu. So for example, let's say I want my testimonials to show underneath About. So I don't want my testimonials to be on the main menu, but I want it to be a drop-down from About. So what I do is I drag it over underneath About, and then I move it over to the right so it's indented. And then you'll see it says sub-item right next to it so that you know now it's a drop-down item underneath About. All right, so once you get your menu set up how you want, and you can always come back to this later. What you can do under menu settings is you can choose whether or not it automatically adds any new pages to the menu. So if I create a new page on my website, I can say, do I want to automatically add it to my menu? If you keep that unchecked, then you're just going to have to remember to come back here and manually add a new page to your menu. So let me show you how to do that really quick. You have a list of your pages here on the left. If you want to add one of these pages to your menu, all you have to do is click the page you want to add and click Add to Menu. And then what happens is you see that new page I just added show up at the very bottom, and then I can choose to put that wherever I want it. Or if you made a mistake, again, you can click the arrow in the lower right or in the right hand side of your menu item and click Remove. Now the last thing you want to do is assign this menu to the primary navigation menu area of your website. So I click that box and then I click Save. Now I can go visit the front end of my website, and I can see now my navigation menu is showing. And if I hover over something, you can see the sub-menu item showing up underneath when I hover over the main menu item. All right, so that's how you get your navigation menu set up. The next thing we're going to talk about is style settings. So that's, again, under Structure and Style. The very last item is called Style Settings. You click on that. And this is the area where you can configure the color and font of your website. And a good tip is that if you already have a logo, use the colors in your logo for these colors. And then these colors will be applied throughout the rest of your site. So right now we have just some very basic style settings. The first is your primary color. So for me, if I look at my logo, you can see my logo has the blue, the very dark blue, and then the orange. So I'm going to use those as my site colors. So for your primary color, you want this to be the color this is going to be the color that's used for major things like headings and backgrounds of certain elements like your footer and your navigation menu. So try using a darker color here. So this is where I'm going to use that dark blue from my logo. And what you need to do is you can just click this button here, and it'll give you a nice color chooser where you can drag this this slider on the right. If you drag it up, it's going to show you all of the different colors that you can choose from. And then you can drag this this circle around to choose the color that you want. So if you're not sure the exact code for the color that you want, you can kind of approximate it just by trying to choose the color, and then you can use the slider to fade in and out of the color, or you can choose some basic primary colors down here as well. So for me, I know the actual HTML code for my color, so I'm going to paste that here. Now you can get the HTML code for your color by, opening up your logo in a photo editor like Photoshop, and then you can use the eyedropper to choose the color that you want to get the code for. All right, so that's my primary color. For the secondary color, this is the color that's going to be used for minor things like links and highlights. So you want to use more of a bright or eye-catching color here. So this is where I'm going to use that orange color that's in my logo. And again, I'm just going to paste that code there. And now you'll see the orange color is showing. Then you can choose your background color. This color is going to be used in the background of your website. And it's good to use a subtle or neutral color for your background. So for me, I'm just going to leave it as the default, kind of light gray. But you can change that if you want. The next thing you can set is the font for your site. Now, TechSite Builder comes with a handful of Google fonts that might be good to use for your computer business. If you want to know what each of these fonts actually looks like, you can click this link that says View Samples of the Fonts. So if I click that, it'll take me to a screen on Google Fonts where across the top here lists all of the different fonts, and I can scroll through and see what each of these look like. I can see it in a paragraph, or I can see what it looks like as a headline. I can see what it looks like as different styling, stuff like that. So you can look through all of these fonts, see which one you want to use. For me, let's go with something like Open Sans. That's a nice open, easily readable font. If I go to the paragraph, that's really easy to read. So I'm going to go ahead and use that Open Sans. So if I go back to my website, I can choose Open Sans from the drop-down and then click Save Settings. Now if I go to the front end of my site, I can see now the colors. The primary color is showing up in my header for my headings, as well as the background of my navigation menu. And then as we go through the site, you'll see these colors applied in different areas. For example, if I hover over my my social media links here, you'll see that the secondary color is showing as the hover color. Also, you notice if I hover over my slider, the secondary color is showing as the arrow links. So just, different places where those colors are going to be showing up on your website. And then you could also see the font I changed is showing up here in on all aspects of my website. That new font is now showing as well. So that's how the colors are applied. And that's it for this video, video number 3. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to create pages and blog posts for your website. So I'll see you in the next video.